This video will walk us through how easy it is to create a quick order in R2, proceed through any shortage resolutions, and then complete the fulfillment of the order. We start with the Launchpad, and based on the security access we may have as a user, we will have access to different modules. In fact, every menu, every field can be restricted by user security group. Let's start by going into our accounts module, which is where we will search for our customer, be able to create a quote, a confirmed order, do invoicing from. We start by searching for our customer in question by either the company or contact information. The account shows up. All the contact information is available on the top half of the screen. To start with a quote, we will click this icon here on the top left-hand side. Or if we wish to start with a confirmed reservation or order, we click on the next icon, which has a symbol R. The difference between a quote and a reservation is very simple. A quote is a notational document. It does not allocate or reserve any equipment on that document. Whereas when you convert a quote to a reservation, or indeed when you create a new reservation, all of the equipment on that order is reserved and booked for that order. Otherwise, the two work, look, behave exactly the same. So let's start with a new reservation. A small template comes up. We can give this a description if we want. Please note that some fields are marked in blue, which are required fields, and you are able to dictate screen by screen in R2 what fields are required versus what are optional. Any field label in black is optional. We can define the duration. Let's say it's a 6-day job, or indeed from a drop-down calendar. When we click OK, that in turn creates a blank reservation template for us. We can search for equipment by asset, by product, or we can choose this icon on the top left-hand side, which will bring up a inventory search screen and automatically show us all the categories of data we have defined in our database. As we select a category, the system will show all the subcategories for that group. Selecting a subcategory will show us all the products. In this case, category camera, digital, and I have two pieces of equipment or two products in that subcategory. When we bring up the product, we show you the image. We show you comments. You can have an unlimited number of comments and attachments. Everything is employee, date, and time stamped. We also tell you how many you own in your current warehouse, and for the date and time range for the order, how many are available. If I own 33 and I only have 4 available, and I want to dig deeper into the availability and status and location of those products in question, I can simply highlight the product and choose this icon, availability icon on the top left-hand side, which will show me an availability grid a month from today. And I can go back in time, forward in time by this drop-down calendar. And I can look up availability daily, morning to evening, or indeed every hour, real time. If I choose any particular day, a second drill down appears, telling me how many available, how many reserved, how many on hold, how many out, how many in repair, how many in transfer, and so on and so forth. Clicking on any particular number will open up a third drill down, telling me what job or jobs those pieces are out on, when they are due back, who the client is, and give me more and more pertinent information real time. To select the item for the order, I can simply enter a quantity. If it has any suggested items tagged to it, it'll come up automatically. Continue tagging. The blue label indicates that these items are tagged. If I want some more cables, I can select those two by either simply double clicking on the line or entering the quantity. Once I'm done, I bring them on the order for me. This grid is very flexible. I can move my rows up and down, columns right and left. I can add predefined section headers. indeed create new ones here too, and then I can simply drag and drop the products in question. The idea is to make this as simple for the customer to follow as possible. I can add comments, bunch of other options in R2 available, but we are just covering the basics right now. Once we are happy with the reservation, we click on the print icon on the top left-hand side, select from one of the many available order formats to choose from, select Word, PDF, email, and enable the system to send out the contract form to the customer right from within the application. This is just one sample format. These are fairly configurable and we have many to choose from. Now that the order has been created, let's move back to the main screen of the application and go to the warehouse section. This is where your shipping and receiving people will see all the tasks that are to be completed for a given date range. When you create a confirmed order in the system automatically creates 4 tasks in the warehouse screen for people to act on: prep, ship, pick up, and return. Fairly logical. If I choose my filter of today and tomorrow and I click on search, I will see all of the tasks that the system wants me to complete between today and tomorrow, depending on the date allocated to each order. Here is the order we just entered, and I can see the prep and the ship tasks. And 5 days later, because this was a 6-day job, automatically this screen will reflect the pickup and return tasks. Select the prep task, click fill items. Before that, you have the option of printing a paper pick list if you want. Pick up your scanner, scan away, and this will complete the prep task for the job in question. If your equipment is leaving your warehouse at the same time, you're able to complete the dispatch or ship task from here also, but it's just as simple as the screen illustrates right now. Reporting is very crucial. The system comes with about 70 to 80 standard reports built in, but the real magic happens here. This is where you create your reports, save them, and use them again and again. You can create virtually any kind of report you want with any data captured within the R2 system all by yourself and modify them as your data capture and data analysis needs change over time. Here is a sample report that we did some time ago that shows the ROI by product. Everything that you will see on this report, all the fields, the formatting, grouping, sorting, formula, everything is configured by us, the user. Here are the filters, and here is the report. As you can see, it's fairly configurable. The look and feel, the data fields chosen for the report, sorting, grouping. Really, the reporting and analysis part of the application is fairly future-proof for not only today, but for the next 8 to 10 years. To invoice an order is just as simple as heading back to the order in question. And you will see a happy face icon on the top right-hand side. Choosing that option will bring up the invoicing process for you, enabling you to complete invoicing for this order. Now let's go ahead and modify our order to see how we handle shortages. Let's look at the availability of this product in question. Since we have 47 more. If hypothetically we were to change the quantity required from 2 to 60, let's see what the system will do. The system split the line into two, saying I have reserved 49. However, 11 are not available. So I'm pointing it out to you with red and a status of not available. The customer never sees a split in the lines. This is just for your team to resolve the shortage internally. Resolving the shortage is extremely simple. Highlight the line in question. And here are the 5 ways you can resolve the shortage. You can choose to subrent. Perhaps you want to do a CapEx purchase to increase your quantity that you own. If you are multi-site, do a transfer. See if you have defined something as exchangeable. Or if you can turn around this piece of equipment coming back that morning from an earlier order, you can flag it for a quick turnaround too. Let's choose subrent. By doing so, I can either use an existing PO or create a new purchase order for this shortage. The system will quickly show me all the vendors in the database that I have defined as being able to supply me that item. Simply by choosing a vendor name, the system will now create a purchase order from that vendor for that item linked to that order, and will enable me now to either pick up the last subrental price or enter my negotiated subrental price for this time around. I can now check all my dates, make sure they're all good to go, whether I'm drop shipping the equipment directly to the client side or bringing it back to my warehouse first. And then I release the purchase order. This is where we can build in a lot of business rules for you, where you can define only certain employees being able to release POs, certain employees who need higher authorization, plenty of business rules to configure the system with. When you release the purchase order, you can email it out to the vendor. The product line in question goes from red to green. The status goes from not available to sub-assign, and the subrental process is complete and done. So this, folks, in a nutshell, was a quick and easy order flow, basic order flow in R2. Thanks very much.